Hello students, I am Dr. Rajesh Kumar, working as Associate Professor in NIT Pharmacy Institute, Greater Noida. In the last lecture, we have discussed about optical isomerism, optical activity, specific rotation, enantiomers, enantiomerism, diastereomers, diastereomerism and mesocompounds. Okay. When we were talking about those topics, certain terms were used like element of symmetry, okay, chiral molecules, chiral centers, asymmetric centers, stereogenic centers, achiral molecules. So, I have explained in short at that time. Now, in this lecture I will try to make you understood in detail what are the elements of symmetry, what are the chiral molecules, what are the achiral molecules. Okay. As these terms are very important to understand the stereochemistry or the stereoisomerism in detail. So, before going into the element of symmetry, first of all we will discuss about the chiral and achiral molecules. So, what are the chiral and achiral molecules? So, a molecule, if I am talking about the organic chemistry or the stereochemistry of a molecule, we can also talk about an object. A molecule or an object is said to be a chiral or dissymmetric if it is not superimposable on its mirror image, okay. And that property of non superimposability is known as the chirality. On the other hand, a molecule or any other object which is superimposable on its mirror image is known as achiral or unsymmetrical. Okay. Chiral carbon atoms are also known as chiral centers or stereocenter. Now, focus. When I am talking about chiral carbon atom, at that time I am using the word chiral center or the stereocenter. Okay. Chiral center or the stereocenter or the asymmetric center is bonded to the 4 different atoms. All the 4 valencies of the carbon atom is fulfilled by the different atoms or groups. Okay. Because of that, it is known as the asymmetric carbon or the chiral atoms. Okay. The carbonyl atom is identified by putting an asterisk like this, okay, upon the atom. The property I have listened also indicated by an asterisk. Okay. The property of non superimposability of an object on its mirror image is called the chirality. I also always told you. Such molecule has no symmetry elements of the second kinds. If the molecule is superimposable on its mirror image, it is achiral. Okay. So, there are difference in between the atom and the molecule. The same difference reflects when we are talking about the chiral molecule and the chiral atom. If a molecule contain only one chiral center or chiral atom, then the molecule has to be optically active. It has to be non superimposable on its mirror image, as it will not contain any element of symmetry. In the last lecture, I have told you that for a molecule to be a chiral, to be optical active, it should not have any element of symmetry. So, I am repeating, if a molecule contain only one chiral atoms, then the molecule has to be optically active, non superimposable, and it will not contain any element of symmetry. Molecules containing 2 or more chiral center may or may not be chiral. Okay. So, there is a difference. If we can say, I am again repeating, if a molecule having one chiral center, only one chiral center, we can say that molecule is certainly optically active, it is certainly non superimposable, and it should not, it is not having any element of symmetry. But if a molecule have 2 or more than 2 chiral center, we cannot predict about its chirality or the presence of element of symmetry. Okay. It is necessary to distinguish chiral and chiral center. Okay. The word chiral is used for the molecule as a whole which is optically active, whereas chiral center is for the atom which is attached to form a different. So, when we are using the chiral group, chiral molecules, it means the molecule which is optically active, but when we are using the word chiral center. So, generally we are talking about of those atoms which are having different groups attached with it. Okay. So, isotope, for example, isotope, very important point. The isotope of a particular atom behaves as a different group in the stereoisomer. Okay. Suppose if a carbon is having hydrogen and its isomers, that is deuterium. So, both group will be treated as the different group. Okay. You can see there, the H is there, D is there, but carbon is chiral, because we consider this H and D isotope different. So, there is a relationship between chiral center and the chiral molecules. I told you already, the chiral centers refer to an atom in a molecular structure, the chiral molecule refer to the entire molecule. The presence of one chiral center render the entire molecule chiral, important point. The presence of two or more chiral centers may or may not result in the molecules being chiral. In the examples given below, the chiral centers are indicated with the asterisks, the vertical broken line represent a plane of symmetry. So, yeah, the very good examples of the ibuprofen, it is a NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug. So, there is a chiral centers, one chiral centers. Because of the presence of that one chiral center, the whole molecule become chiral, optically active. When we are talking about cis 1,2 dimethyl cyclohexane, okay, here you can see two chiral centers are present. Okay, but although two chiral centers are present, this molecule is not considered as the chiral molecule, because there is a plane of symmetry present. Plane of symmetry, this is one element of one of the element of symmetry. I told you that for a molecule to be a chiral molecule, no element of symmetry will be there. Element of symmetry includes axis of symmetry, center of symmetry and plane of symmetry. So, here plane of symmetry is present in this molecule, means we can cut off this molecule into two equal half. So, although two chiral centers are there, but because of the presence of plane of symmetry, this molecule is not considered as the chiral molecule. Okay. So, now the second another important term is stereogenic center or stereocenter. So, the stereogenic center is defined as an atom on which an interchange of any two atoms or group result in the new stereoisomer. When the new stereoisomer is an enantiomer, the stereocenter is called chiral center. Okay. The point to be taken care of, that all stereocenters are not tetrahedral. Okay. So, you can see there, we are having one example. You can see there, this is the stereocenter. Okay. When we interchange the two groups, what two groups? This OH group and the H groups, means OH will be carried on this side and hydrogen will be kept on this sides. So, we interchange. Now, again, because of that interchange, a new chiral atom will be present. Okay. So, a stereocenter which was present in the first molecule is now converted into new stereocenters in the second molecules, just because of the interchange of the atoms in the molecules. So, first and second are enantiomers, non superimposable mirror image. We can see that if we just put a mirror in between that, we find that both are the mirror image, but non superimposables. Okay. Hence, the stereo center is a chiral center. Now, the second example includes molecule third and the molecule fourth. Molecule third and fourth are not enantiomer. Why? Why? Because on putting mirror, they are not found to be mirror image of each other, which is non superimposable. Okay. They are diastereomers, hence this case stereocenters are not chiral centers. Also these are not tetrahedral. Okay. A chiral carbon presence is not there. Thus, all chiral centers are stereocenters, but all stereocenters are not chiral centers. If a molecule contains only one chiral center, it must be chiral. Again repeating, if a molecule containing only one chiral center, the molecule must be chiral, but molecule containing two or more than two chiral centers is not always the chiral. Okay. For example, we again can take the examples of mesotartaric acid, okay, where two chiral carbon is present, but the molecule is not chiral. Okay. Now, very important topics are there coming, element of symmetry. So, generally some terms are there which can be used in element of symmetry. One is identity, the second is axis of symmetry, third is center of symmetry, fourth is plane of symmetry, okay, and the fifth is alternating axis of symmetry. So, element of symmetry offer a simple device to decide whether a molecule is chiral or not chiral. Means I told you about the condition for optical activity. So, two conditions were there, one is presence of chiral center, the second is absence of element of symmetry. So, the first condition is a little bit hazy, means on the basis of the presence of chiral center we cannot decide 100% that the molecule is optically active or not, but the second condition, that is elements of symmetry, it is 100% helpful, it is 100% confirmatory to in deciding the optical activity of a molecules. Okay. So, very important, it is a very important tool to decide a molecule is chiral or optical active or optical inactive. Okay. So, important element of symmetry includes axis of symmetry, center of symmetry and the plane of symmetry. We will discuss one by one. Okay. So, first is axis of symmetry or the simple axis of symmetry, it is denoted by the Cn. What is this? When a molecule is rotated by an angle 360 degree by n by an axis and arrangement similar to the original is obtained, the molecule is said to possess Cn axis of symmetry. Okay. The operation when repeated n times give the exact original arrangements. Okay. For example, if n is equal to 1, or you can say like this, suppose we are having this molecules. Okay. Now, there is a axis, and one thing I want to say that we have to imagine the molecules in 3D. Okay. The axis will be imaginary. Suppose we are now imaging an axis through this molecules. Now, we are going to start the rotation of a molecule around this axis. In first we rotate 120 degree. Okay. So, we know the formula 360 upon theta n is equal to. So, 160 upon 120 is equal to 3. So, n will be 3. So, we can call it as C3 axis because n is coming as the 3. So, this molecule having C3 axis. Okay. Again C3 axis means we will rotate first time 120 degree, again we will rotate 120 degree and we will rotate 120 degree. When we compare this molecule and this molecules, we found those molecules identical same. Okay. So, at that time we can say that this particular molecule is having having C3 axis of rotation. Okay. After 3 rotation, because after 3 rotation of the molecule around the C3 axis through Cl, we get the original arrangements. The second topic is plane of symmetry. A molecule is said to possess a plane of symmetry if the atoms or groups on the one side of the plane form the mirror image of those on the other side of the plane. In the other words, we can say that we can bisect the molecule into the two equal halves. So, you can see there we are taking a cyclohexane. We can bisect it in this way and each half is equal and you can say identical to the another half. This circle can also having a plane of symmetry, can be bisect into two equal halves. This molecule is also having plane of symmetry, because we can dissect it into two equal halves, and this molecule is also having plane of symmetry, because we can dissect this molecule into two equal halves. So, plane of symmetry is denoted by the pi sigma. Sorry. The next element of symmetry is center of symmetry. Okay. A center of symmetry is in the molecule is said to exist if a line is drawn from any atoms or groups to this point and then extended to an equal distance beyond the point meets the identical atoms of groups. A center of symmetry is usually present only in the even membered ring. So, very important point, that center of symmetry will always be present in the even membered rings, means 4, 6, 8. Okay. So, like you can see there. Here, as the point state, if a line is drawn from any atom or groups to this point and then extended to an equal distance beyond this point meet the identical atom or groups. Okay. Means suppose there is a center. Okay. Okay. A line is drawn from this carbon to this, and when we just extend this line up to equal distance, it will meet the same atom or groups. Then we can say that this is the center of symmetry. Okay. This and this type lines can be drawn for all of the atoms or group present in the molecule. Suppose this carboxylic carbon is having this, and equal distance is carried to the another carboxylic groups. This hydrogen meet this axis through this line and on equal distance from this center meet another hydrogen atom. So, this is the center of symmetry, which is denoted by the I. Okay. So, all lines are passing through this point, hence it is the center point of the molecule. For example, if the molecule of the trans 2,4 dimethyl cyclobutane trans 1,3 dicarboxylic acid has a center of symmetry. Here you can see, okay, this is the center of symmetry, because it is having the same distance with this carboxylic acid carbon as it is having with this carboxylic acid carbon. It is having the same distance with this methyl carbon as it is having with this methyl carbon. It is having the same distance with this hydrogen as it is having this hydrogen. So, this molecule is having center of symmetry. The fourth important alternating axis of symmetry, that denoted by Sn. A molecule possesses an alternating axis of symmetry if, when rotated through an angle 360 by n about this axis and then followed by reflection in the plane perpendicular to the axis, the molecular is distinguishable from the original molecules. Means we will meet the same molecules in the last after the rotation, okay, and they are non distinguishable. Okay. So, alternating axis of symmetry is rare and can be present in the cyclic as well as the open chain compounds. So, what we are doing actually, what we are doing actually, just again it is imaginary. So, what we will do, we just take a compound, okay, here as imaginary axis. Okay. When we rotate this molecules, okay, about around certain degree, 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 times, okay, and we have also talked about the axis of symmetry. So, suppose in the first we rotate this molecules around this axis 180 degree. Okay. Now, we are getting this particular arrangements in the molecules when, okay, when the image of mirror image of this molecule is same as in the original molecule, we can say that this particular molecule is having 360 by 182, okay, as to alternating axis of symmetry. Okay. So, it is again very important, and please note that it is very rare and can be present in cyclic as well as in the open chain compounds. No. So, for any compounds to be optically active, it must not possess any element of symmetry. Although in mesotartaric acid there are 2 chiral centers, yet the molecule is optically active because it contains plane of symmetry. Okay. So, I want to say you that in 2 conditions necessary for the presence of optical activity, one is presence of chiral carbon, the second is absence of element of symmetry. The first condition is little bit hazy. I mean to say that the only presence of chiral carbon is not the necessity that molecule must be optically active. Okay. As in the case of mesotartaric acid, where 2 chiral carbons are present, but the molecule is not essentially optically active. But the second condition is you can say fair examples by through which we can consider the optical activity of a molecule. Okay. That is absence of the plane of symmetry. It is must that no element of symmetry will be there for a molecule to be optically active. So, thank you students. I hope that you have enjoyed the lecture. In the next lecture, we will talk about you can say further topics of the unit 1 of the pharmaceutical organic chemistry. So, thank you so much.